October 13, 1987, Cantu HazelwoodvKuhlmeier argued to the Court of Missouri that the journalism students of Hazelwood East High School were having their First Amendment rights violated by their principal, Robert Reynolds. The reason that HazelwoodvKuhlmeier brought this testimony to the Court of Missouri was because herself and some fellow journalism students had written 2 articles, one being about pregnant teenagers that attended Hazelwood but had their names stricken from the article as to protect their privacy. Reynolds argued that even though the names of the pregnant teenagers were not included in the article, it would not be difficult for others to figure out who the article was talking about, and this ultimately would violate the students' privacy. The second article dealt with divorce and its effects on the children involved. The journalism students obtained information from a fellow student who only gave one side of the story, and in turn made the father look bad. Reynolds argued that the article was one-sided and that it was unconstitutional to prevent the father from speaking his piece on the subject. Both of these articles were removed by Principal Reynolds without consulting any of the journalism students. However, the courts agreed with the principal and said that the school has the right to remove articles because they are part of the school curriculum. Unhappy with the court's ruling, the journalism students took their case to the United States Courts of Appeals. The court said that the paper was considered a public forum and therefore protected by the First Amendment. The students won the case, and it was moved up to the United States Supreme Court. The Supreme Court accepted the case, created a writ of certiorari, and began reviewing the case. A writ of certiorari is a rare document that the Supreme Court uses to research a case in more depth. In the final ruling, the United States Supreme Court motioned that the school newspapers are not public forums. The school has the right to censor anything that may interfere with the school's learning environment, and doing this is not considered an infringement upon First Amendment rights. As a result of Hazelwood versus HazelwoodvKuhlmeier, school journalists are constantly being censored and affects student reporting across the United States. Many students do not report on big topic issues because they do not want to face the punishments inflicted by the school boards. And as a result, many students suffer in developing their own opinions on controversial topics because they are told that to do so will result in serious discipline. But schools do not just censor newspapers. With the introduction of social media, schools also have the right to censor what a student says outside of school simply because they are students. But this censorship is only allowed in the case of disruption. Students, though off campus, still need to monitor what it is they say, especially if it is a public forum like Facebook or Twitter, because it could potentially defame or disrupt a school's environment.